All right, hey, what's going on, everyone? Sorry for the slight delay there. Just getting a couple things set up and making sure everything's working right. But welcome. I'm Mike Lowe. We are jumping back into MLB The Show 23 franchise mode. Last time we checked, we were 10 games into the season. We are now right on schedule at 16 games into the season. Although, oddly, the real-life Nationals have played two extra games, or at least one extra game, because in real life they are 5-12. And of course, you'd think, well, they already played today. They haven't, so they're playing tonight. Or right now, I guess. And so I don't know how they got an extra game in. I guess something somewhere along the lines, either they adjusted a game on the MLB schedule or the show schedule is just slightly off. But again, not a huge deal. We are just going to be moving forward here. But we're 10 games into the season. You can see we're 6-10 there. We're going to kind of talk more about just as we go through just kind of what this team's doing and perhaps equally as important, what they're not doing. But it hasn't actually been as bad as I thought. There are elements that are definitely better than I was thinking with this Nationals team, which, make no mistake, is probably the worst team in baseball, at least at the start of the season when I started this franchise. But there are some really interesting things that we're seeing so far. I'm getting really good bullpen play. We have had some starters who are pitching pretty well, some surprise hitters, which is kind of where we left off in the last live episode, where Dominic Smith hit a just clutch home run. I think we still lost that game. Trying to remember, but anyway, just a huge play there in the bottom of the ninth to get that game tied. He's been a really nice surprise. He has certainly been kind of a part of any sort of a glimmer of hope that we've had this year, and he's actually batting fifth now. And so this is something I talk a lot about, of just like not getting too locked in to ratings, because you'd look and be like, why is this guy batting fifth? He's got 48 contact, 46 power against right-handed hitters. But I don't know, that 77 clutch seems to matter a great deal. And of course, so do the red zones, right? As you can see on the top right there. So there's more to it than just, just looking at just like those core ratings, so to speak. I really look really closely at discipline, especially when you're playing the AI. It can certainly help get guys on base. And make no mistake, I mean, statistics have shown over the years the most important offensive statistic. It's not home runs. It's not hits. It's on-base percentage. There is no statistic in baseball history that has a stronger correlation with winning percentage. So again, if you just took average winning percentage over time and you took on-base percentage over time and all the other stats, if you were to look at those two lines, or at least on-base percentage, is the closest aligned with winning percentage. So there's not slugging, not even OPS. And so on base specifically is the most correlated statistic when it comes to winning. So anyway, point being, don't neglect discipline. Don't neglect getting guys on base. Don't be so eager to swing at all those 3-0 pitches. You're going to get a 3-1 pitch that's just as good to swing at. So take those walks when you can get them. Especially in a game that like nerfs pitching when you have runners on base. The clutch factor comes into play and things like that. So Dominic Smith at his sweet 62 overall, he's been a really nice fit for us. But make no mistake, I mean, we have some just bad hitters in this lineup right now. I mean, we have two guys in the lineup who are hitting under 100 right now. It's wild. One of them is our 3 hitter, although he has started to come on a little bit. So that's why I'm leaving him up there today. And the issue, though, is like there's no one to really turn to. And I guess I could use my argument I just had of like, well, let's not focus too much on the ratings. Like, let's just let a guy like Lane Thomas maybe take some more at bats against righties. What do we have to lose? And we might see that a little bit today. I think Robles is going to get back in the lineup. Riley Adams has been a nice player for us. Just kind of he's only had 15 at bats, but again, slugging 667. So let's take another look at him. But gosh, yeah, it's been tough. I mean, first off, it's legend hitting. The most common comment I've had so far with the sliders this year is, whoa, this is pretty hard on Legend. And you're right, it is. It's not for everyone. And the other question I get asked is, can I use these sliders on a lower difficulty? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't want to lie to you. I think so. You can try it. And that's really what you can do, is just kind of tinker from there. Remember, there's always the slider app that I built a couple of years ago. So if you did kick things down, maybe use my base. It's pretty close to default, as you've seen. So it's not like we didn't like reinvent the game here. The game's really good out of the box. And so you can then take the existing slider set, kick it down to, I forget the one below it. Is it All-Star or something? Whatever the next one down from Legend is, Hall of Fame. You can put it on Hall of Fame and then just see from there. If you're getting good stats, great. Just make sure you're checking it against yourself. Check your batting average, ball in play. And there's information on how to do that on that thread on Operation Sports. And then, you can start plugging into the app a little bit. 16 games. That's where I'm at right now. That's a good chunk of the season. That's exactly just about 10% of the season. That's enough to kind of get an idea. And clearly, maybe I could use some bumping of the hitting. But I'm getting decent contact. I'm okay with it. My big thing has just been timing. I'm early, and it'll be interesting today because we're facing a 99-mile-an-hour pitcher with Baltimore. But I've been pretty early, and I've said before that mostly it's come from me playing a lot of Super Mega Baseball 3. Fantastic baseball game, by the way. But you got to swing pretty fast in that game. And so it's good, though. It's sped me up tremendously. It's either that or all the golf I've been trying to do in real life. I don't know if just it's affected my video game baseball swing or what, but I'm super early a lot of times. So we're still trying to sort that out. So anyway, hitting it's not been good. Pitching's been okay, and Mackenzie Gore is going for us today. He's got a 1.69 ERA. He's 2-0. Now, make no mistake, that's not just, it's too easy, the sliders. We look at 5.93 ERA, a 10.03, 4.76. Even Strasburg's at 4.22. So Mackenzie Gore, another thing about not just obsessing over ratings, he's pitched well. Why do I think he's pitched well? I think some of it is that A potential. I don't have any proof of this or anything. This is just kind of a theory of mine. But players won't always play exactly what their ratings show. We see this a little bit happening with the way the game's designed when they use like the live series cards where like, this guy's got a huge bump today. That's visually represented based on the real life lineups. I still think stuff like that happens even in your franchise mode, at least a little bit. And I think if I had to guess it, and I don't think it's as crazy. I don't think you have the guy who suddenly shows up like 125 power or something like that in your franchise. I think it's much smaller bumps. But I think it's most closely tied to that potential rating, which is why you're seeing Mackenzie Gore maybe pitch a little bit above what you'd expect. I want to say his stamina started the year at like 71, and now it's up to a 77, or maybe that's just his overall. I had 71 in my head with him, but he's going to go today. I mentioned our bullpen's been good. Banda he's our long inning guy. So we're not too worried about him, but 9 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts for Sean Doolittle, who's basically working his way into kind of like an unofficial setup role. He's pitched really well, 67 overall. Erasmo Ramirez has been super good, getting a lot of double plays. So you can see he's more of our contact guy, just 3 strikeouts in 10 innings. Hunter Harvey throws really hard. It's just he's kind of had just a rough go here in the early season. But again, 7 innings. Don't panic. You don't really know anything about a pitcher until they're at least like 20, 25 innings or so. Carl Edwards pitched pretty well. Tanner Rainey has pitched really well, and Finnegan's pitched well. So our bullpen's been really good. It's kept us in games. The games that we're winning, I mean, they're low-scoring games, right? We lost 3-1 here. We won 2-0. We won 2-1. I mean, you can look at our last few wins here, 3-0. Like, we need pitching. Our hitting's consistently pretty bad. We need pitching to come through. We start getting into games like this, 2-7, 6-7, 11-6, and so on, 13-6. I mean, it's not pretty. So a little 2-game series. I don't think they really refer to this as a subway series, but Baltimore and DC, of course, kind of rival cities there. Kind of a throwback rivalry there. So this will be a pretty fun game. And I mentioned they have a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, Grayson Rodriguez, pitching for the Orioles, who's 2-1. You can see there in 18 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, 1.96 ERA. So I don't see anything in chat, but I see a bunch of people here. Hey, everyone. I super appreciate you all checking out the live stream. This is super fun. I'm glad to be back in the game. I really enjoy the game. I have no shame in admitting that I did not like the game a few years ago. I went away. It wasn't to prove a point or anything, and I'm glad to be back. So like I said, there's no shame in coming back to that. The game has been enjoyable. There's still a lot, and I have some other videos on the channel that are talking about some of what I still hope to see the show do, which, by the way, San Diego Studios, hello. I live in your city. I drive by your guys' studio all the time. So, I mean, I'm here. I want to help. I cost $0 a month. So if anybody wants to give a plug for that, please do. Super passionate about baseball. I've been helping out with the Out of the Park baseball game for, 15 years or something like that as a beta tester and so on. So definitely involved in that stuff. I enjoy it. And I've never made a dime doing that stuff. So it's fun. I enjoy helping out. Anyway, I think we're just going to jump into some gameplay unless anyone has questions. There was an update, by the way, to the sliders. That's obviously important to mention. It's very small, and you're going to laugh because it's basically just put us back more to default. And what we did is we put fielder run speed. We had it lower. I put it back to 5, and we had reaction up higher. I still like it higher, but it's a little bit too much defense. Like fielder run speed it's really weird this year how I don't really like how the fielders run. That's one of my kind of critiques with this game, but Super Mega Baseball does a fantastic job with their fielding. And this game still has some things they could learn from that game as far as fielding is concerned. Anyway, fielder run speed, fielder reaction, I think we're just best right now at default. If you guys are seeing something different, let me know. My outfield is not terrible, but I have noticed more so than what I'm used to, at least years in the past, is like reaction speed matters a whole ton. So that green bar on the far right, REAC, that's the fielder's like reaction. I have a lot of fielders who just kind of sit there. They're like the guy in your slow pitch softball team you throw in like right field where the fly ball is hit and he kind of deer in headlight look to them. I'm seeing that a lot, but I'm seeing it even with like outfielders like Derek Hill, who are an 87 reaction. It's not going to get much better than that. So I don't feel like we should still be seeing that. I was still seeing it on 4. What I wish I could do is like increase reaction, but lower run speed, but we can't. So because fielder speed and reaction speed are a little bit different, at least according to the sliders. And I guess it's something we could tinker with and just see. But this is kind of, and I don't think it's exclusively these, but fielder run speed, this is important for outfielders. This is important for infielders. But again, I don't know. Like, the problem is, like, even if it's like, well, let's just kick up reaction speed to 7 or something, it'll possibly help the outfielders, but your infielders just turn into like superhumans. And then same thing, if we lower run speed too much, you just get too many like bleeders getting through the infield. So anyway, we're back to default with it. That's the update. It's not a huge one. It's 1.1. It's up on Operation Sports if you want to see the rest of it. But yeah. So yeah, Pally, I just answered that. Hopefully, yeah, perfect. Cool. Well, let's jump in. Grayson Rodriguez, Mackenzie Gore. I think already simulated today's games. Yeah, I've already simulated these. I do that ahead of time just to limit the number of complete games, just to kind of show you where that's looking. It should be the same as it was. We got 5 total throughout the league. That's perfect. And so everything else just kind of plays from there. If I get too many, I'll reload it and I will just kind of back things up and start over again. So that's the idea. Okay, so we're going to jump in. We're set to go. The games have been simulated. They're 8-8. You probably can't see it. I'm going to turn my screen off here because it gets big time in the way. Oh, no, I don't want to stop the broadcast. Let's see. Camera options. Turn off camera. There we go. Okay, so yeah, they're 8-8. We are 6-10. Again, just about a game away from what they are in real life, so I'm okay with that. But our team batting average is 1.95. The average hitter is under 200 on our team. That's crazy. And our ERA is not very good. We have some players who are doing okay. 4.34 team ERA. But, oh, geez, it's pretty wild. It's definitely a wild ride so far. So Mackenzie Gore is going to go. If you're curious, his quirks, he doesn't have any. Again, we just looked at him, 95 repertoire there. Bullpen's in pretty good shape. We did a day off, just a 2-game series. We get another day off, so that's going to be nice. I am going to put some subs. We talked about Riley Adams is going to come in, and I'm going to actually go back to Victor Robles, even though he has a little bit slower reaction. I'm hoping to utilize that bunt a little bit more. The idea is, even though he's not our greatest hitter, I like my best base stealer hitting 6th. I don't really care to have especially in a good team, I don't need my best base stealer here. I don't want to risk him. They have guys here that theoretically should be able to drive him in. Down here, it's a lot of guys who hit singles. They're not your best hitters. And so if I can get him on base, steal 2nd, a single, sometimes a bunt, sack, fly, you can score this guy in many, many different ways. So that's kind of the idea there. So we're going to move him around. We could give Lane Thomas, but I mean, who am I going to take out? Like, I don't want to. It'd be Alex Call, but he is playing better. I don't know. These other guys, I'm fine with sitting. We're just going to go with this. This was the original plan for today's lineup. We're going to keep riding Alex Call 3rd, even though he's hitting like 0. It's pretty rough. Okay, so Polly says that he's experiencing the same thing with fielder reactions as the Royals. Yeah, I have the commentary and music turned off, by the way. So yeah, I just think that's going to be just what it is. And it's weird because it wasn't like that when I played this game a couple years ago, right? It was just a little bit different. So I don't know. Who knows? But let's jump into it here. You've all seen this game's intro 10,000 times by now. We'll see if there's anything here worth talking about. But yeah, he's been good. 3 starts, 2-0. Not even averaging 6 innings and outings. So again, that's something important too. Get your starters out. They start getting tired. No reason to keep them in. Of course, start of the game, we always go in and adjust this down. This is only for simulated games or once the AI goes to the bullpen, we're set to go. Looked at their lineup earlier. Nothing I'm too super concerned with. That felt good. I actually got a decent manual dive at that.
First pitch, 7:07.
You know, I talked about fielding. There's 2 strikes on this hitter. You can see my third baseman's in. And, okay, they did put him back. That's good. I have seen where they'll still stay out there with 2 strikes. And it's like, typically, you're not going to be bunting. Not always, but you're not going to see too many surprise bunts with 2 strikes. Got him. So 4-pitch strikeout. 4 strikes. He's only a 71 overall. Again, pay attention to more than just ratings. I probably should take my own advice for some of my hitters. I will talk more as I'm pitching, not so much hitting. Legend hitting, especially when a guy's throwing 99. I don't have time to be watching the chat, so if you got questions, I'll get to them in between innings. Obviously, while I'm pitching, it's a little less demanding. You know, one of the things I've noticed with, like, say, broadcast camera, like that was a good example of play I want to talk to you about, which I will in a second. The only players I'm really keeping an eye on are Mountcastle, just being careful about throwing him breaking balls. And then Hayes, the opposite. He will hit fastballs pretty well. They have McCann in the lineup, but when they have their other catcher, I'm totally drawing a blank, the super hot prospect guy, super big-time name from a couple of years ago. I'm totally drawing a blank. But anyway, he's on the bench today. But he can hit fastballs as well. So I'm keeping an eye on that. But that last play, it's like a little baseball 101, but it comes into play here. So, because you may have experienced, like if you're playing Diamond Dynasty or franchise, like a ball like this will be hit and you'll kind of run too direct at it and your guy will like miss it. Like he'll come up here and suddenly the ball is like, oh, what the heck? He just totally missed it. Well, it's kind of a similar thing you're taught to in real life. It's like, yeah, there are some balls you charge, but as a second baseman, you have a lot of time. And so in this situation, it's more like lateral movement here. And so you can almost see, like, I start to run towards the ball, but then I correct myself. I go, no, go wide. And so I'm trying to see where I actually make that change. Yeah, see, like, well, that's kind of the animation, but you get the idea. I tried to take him wider, get in front of the ball, circle around it is kind of what they refer to, as opposed to taking a direct line. Because even if you do take a direct line, and sometimes shortstops and third basemen will need to do this, but when you take a direct line, you're removing your body from in front of the ball. And so especially, you know, for younger players, you're playing in high school or something like that, where your infield's not as nice as a Major League Baseball infield. If you don't have, you just put your glove down here. Like say if you just tried to field it from like right here and you put your glove down, well, that thing could fly up and it's going to go into the outfield. Whereas if you get your body in front of it, now if that takes a bad hop, it might hurt a little bit, but it's going to hit your chest or your shoulder or something. And you at least, again, especially at second base, you have a lot of time. No reason to rush anything like that. So simple little baseball 101. It applies in video games. You'd be surprised how much in most sports games apply real life stuff. I follow my catcher most often. I'm just more curious of just kind of the game's programming of how they go about it. They throw a lot more breaking pitches, and I guess I should say more specifically like non-fastball. Baseball, your fastball is thrown really a lot more than what this game will call for it on default, but it also probably punishes you more than real life would, where you can get away with throwing a lot more fastballs. Fastball is, by definition, the hardest pitch to hit. It gives you the less time to react. You know, you can say, well, breaking pitches have movement. All pitches have movement. Fastballs are moving. They're moving towards you. Sometimes they're breaking away. Sometimes they're breaking in if it's a cutter and you're, righty against, say, a lefty batter or something. So anyway, you get the idea. Fastball. When in doubt, throw your fastball. Okay, legend hitting. I'm turning my phone screen off so I don't look at it because it's about to get real. So his repertoire, again, crazy fastball, slider, curveball, circle change, cutter. I don't think he has any quirks. Yeah, nothing. But he's hittable. Again, 62 isn't like the end of the world or anything. So as I mentioned last episode, my approach is pretty simple here. I'm looking middle, of course. Basically a mistake pitch. And I'm looking middle in. Everything else, at least right now in these early counts, I will give to him. Unless there's something I'm like, ooh, you know what? I can absolutely stroke that, say, like to the opposite field along the line, get an easy double, something like that. Typically, I'm only looking in 2 spots. So again, that's low. That's a hell of a strike. Oh, that was a strike.
Nope. 1-0.
So that was in, but that was high. That's not where I'm looking. Yeah. Pitch. That was when I was going to try to tap out. I was hoping it was going to be more of like the slider variety. I was just going to try to poke at the left. So now obviously strike's got to protect a little bit more. And what I'm looking for, I mean, I have to look fastball with this player first and then react to breaking ball. Even more important, the guy who throws this hard. The other thing to keep in mind, especially against somebody who throws hard in a video game, is you got to move that cursor first. That should be your first thing. I mean, it's milliseconds in between, but the cursor first, then the button. And just, again, laying off stuff that's not in the strike zone. So we worked him into a full count. That's good. Take a deep breath. Same game plan. I will round it, but yeah, nothing there. That's okay. Big rounding. Good job, CJ Abrams. So again, that pitch you can see was inside. Good timing. That's exactly where I was looking earlier in that bat. Just didn't get it. And was able to just get the cursor in there enough. Doesn't have to be right on the dot. That's fine. I do want to look at McCann. I always try to check catchers before I play a series, and I forgot to do that. So McCann, just looking, or this is the other guy. So Rushman, is that how you say his name? Adley Rushman. Okay, don't want to be running on him, but he's off today. McCann, yeah, we could run on him. Okay, I totally wasn't ready for that pitch, so it's okay. Not looking to slot or steal. I typically won't have like a game plan. It all comes down to situational for me. I don't say like, okay, this is a bet, I'm going to steal. I rarely approach it like that. I look at it on a pitch-to-pitch basis. It's almost like how you handle like a draft, an NFL draft or something. Best player available. I look for the best pitch available if it's there. If he throws like 3 straight fastballs and it's like an 0-2 count or something, yeah, I might steal, especially the guy with 85 speed. I won't do it with everyone. But that's a good opportunity that the ball is going to probably be like something breaking ball in the dirt, that kind of thing. So anyway, keeping the approach simple here, middle or middle in. Hard liner. Again, just kind of hung over the middle. That's just what I was trying to do, just hit it to left field there. Nothing crazy. Look at that lineup, guys. There is hope. Look at CJ Abrams hitting 308. Dominic Smith, 294. Oh, man, it's not pretty. I am not going to try and tell you it is.
Ball one, no strike.
Man, I mean, that's a good swing, right?
Batting fourth, the first baseman, Joey Mendez.
So he's left a few pitches right over the plate. We haven't been able to make him pay for it.
Ball one. Count 1-0.
Yeah. So that I didn't move the cursor fast enough. You can see I started to, but yeah. And got jammed, just as I should. If you think about it, I literally swung the bat more over the middle of the plate, and I hit that ball like off the handle. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but like that's what breaks your bat, if you're ever curious.
The right fielder, Anthony.
Especially when a guy's throwing 100 miles an hour. But not a bad inning. We had good contact, and I'll take that. I'd rather have good contact, especially in the first inning, than like a couple bloop singles that didn't score any runs. Like, that's okay. Ooh, good pitches. Kenzie Gore looking good. Checkmate, what's going on? Keith, how are you going? I read your message and tried to say, how are you doing? And I read, are you going? Keith, how's it going? Are you going to start over when the rosters come out? No, I am not, because I don't really obsess over rosters too much. I don't even know what... Aren't the rosters part of the game? Like, I'm assuming you're talking about like the full minors one. Yeah, I don't... Nah, I just want to play. But I get it. I am in the minority. But most of the work that those guys are doing are like on like low minor league players and stuff like that, as far as like complete like overhauls. And so I probably won't ever see those players. I play one season, I play every game, every pitch. So yeah, I don't... why did I throw that? So you see that slow reaction? It's still there. Like, that needs to be patched. Like, truly, I don't mean to throw that term around, but like, that's just not... Major League Baseball players don't have reactions like that. I mean, it happens, but this is like all of the time. And like, so first, let's take a look. In left field, we have Alex Call. So he is a straight left fielder. It's not a secondary position. Now, I'm not saying he's the world's greatest outfielder, but 62, by definition, is a little above average. I mean, your average is like around 55. So he's not bad. That reaction time should be fine. But what we're seeing is this. And like, this is not, there's no sun in this guy's eye. Like, there's nothing that you can tell me has him react like this. Like, that's just incredibly slow. Also, like, thanks center fielder for the help. I mean, this, like, again, if this was your left fielder in your slow pitch softball league, I'd be like, bro, you got to move to right field or something. Like, this isn't good. I mean, that's bad, guys. That's on default. But again, if we kick it up, one, I don't even know if it impacts that more because the slider is more tied to infielders. And if you do, you have everyone playing like Cal Ripken Jr. or Ozzie Smith. The biggest problem with that is that was an 0-2 pitch, I believe, or at least we had 2 strikes. And I should not have had that pitch there, so that's my mistake. This is the guy that we do want to throw a lot of breaking balls. Of course, now my catcher wants fastballs.
That's ball 2.
But you can still throw them.
2 balls.
Just
No
keep him out of the zone, but now we got to come in. So even that reaction, like, that play, and I'm not saying I would have made the throw, like, reaction time in this game is it needs tuning up. It really, really does. Again, I hate throwing around like, it's broken. It's not broken. It's not any of that. But, like, what I'm trying to do here is, like, double off the guy at second, at least have a shot. Watch how slow. This, like, look how slow that develops. There's no reason for him to spin around. And you could say, well, you know, his momentum, he's going to turn and throw. That's not what you do here. And you certainly don't do it by taking like 3 steps and then step and throw. Again, this is like brutal softball play. You catch this ball and you pivot. That foot plants and you pivot and throw. So you, or I guess, you know, you come around this way and throw. And like, there's a shot. Now, granted, my shortstop's probably not getting there in time. But those need to be cleaned up. Anyway, 1 out.
Hey. 0-1's the count.
Yeah, Keith, tell me about the rosters though. I mean, people love them. Like, I'm aware of them. I mean, I'm friends with Ryden. Like, I know the work they do. And again, please understand, it's no slight at all. And it's just not for me. I just want to play. I just like to get into the games, and rosters are going to change and all that fun stuff. Plus, once I start, it just, it becomes my own story. Ooh, almost got him. Oh, come on. Moved Meneses to first base today. Again, reaction speed. Trying to put Dominic Smith out there, and you can make the argument maybe that's not wise because Meneses is a straight right fielder. First is his secondary position, but he's been so bad out there that we've kind of made the flip. So Dominic Smith is a first baseman, a secondary is right, but the reaction time and fielding's higher. And so I just said, like, well, let's just give it a shot, I guess, mix it up. But this is the first game where I've had them doing that. So James McCann. So this is important here. There's 2 outs. I've mentioned this team, every run we give up matters a great deal. And so we're just kind of looking at who we want to pitch to here. I mean, Henderson's these next 2, I mean, McCann's who we don't want to pitch to out of these next 3 coming up. And you could say, well, give yourself a good inning next inning. And that's true, but the focus here is to prevent runs. So I'm not going to necessarily walk him. I'm really tempted, though. Just to save the pitch count. Yeah, there's no reason to play around here. We're going to walk him. Save the pitch count. This is a much better matchup. Oh. Terrible reaction. I still get there, luckily. Like, I actually think it is a bug. It happens on, every fly ball. Good fielders, not good fielders. People in the chat are saying they're experiencing it. Yeah, Keith, that's an idea. I've used auto fielding in the past before. I'm going to actually switch to it just so we can kind of see it together. And I mentioned before, I have no problem switching. And it sucks because I really like playing defense. But I am curious to see, gosh, where do I even go? I forget where this is even at. Defense. Where is auto fielding? General? Auto fielding on, I guess, just those 2, right? And there'll probably be some ugly visual stuff that we'll still see, but I think that'll do it. We can see how it looks. I don't mind doing that. Same approach, by the way, to hitting. Here we go. Oof, yeah. A little high. I checked my swing, though, because I was just going to pop that up. I didn't get the cursor up there at all. Oof, that broke a lot. So yeah, that broke way out of the zone.
At the ball.
We'll take it. All right, this is a chance we look to bunt here. To me, again, it's opportunistic. They have a very good third baseman. The pitcher is going to fall off to the first base side. And he's also playing in on the bag a little bit. So it's just really not a good bunt situation. So, also not really in a position to steal here. Oh, this is a bad swing.
0-1.
I had mentioned I'm early, right? I knew that was a curveball too, but
Outside, that's the ball.
that was up too high. I got the bat in, but oh, I did get it up there. But yeah, just that's a tough pitch, especially 101.
Ball 2.
If I'm confident I can hit a ground ball, I could send him. The problem is he's throwing a lot of balls, so we're not going to do it. Maybe on the next pitch we'll think about it here.
Count is 3-2.
His contact's only 38. Ooh, it's too risky. He's got good speed too. You'd think hopefully he can stay up a double play. Wow. He sure did. Victor Robles. Wow. Again, don't try and hit home runs. They will come. That was just legit. I was just like, oh my god, please just flare this over the third baseman's head. But absolutely stroke that. Victor Robles, baby. Just checking the chat here really quick. Missed that pitch. What do you like with the catcher hitting view this year? I like the catcher hitting view a lot. I always use show 15. So yeah. I don't like any of the near ones. I kind of like to see the full body. I feel like anything closer, it just gets a little too easy. Yeah, I mean, go ahead, I guess, in your Diamond Dynasty stuff. Everyone else is. That's why I don't really play much Diamond Dynasty, is I just think it's corny as all get out. Yeah, I think catcher view looks sharp. You see a lot of the stadium, stuff like that. So, all right, back to the game. Here we go.
Ball left outside.
Maybe these 100-mile-an-hour pitchers are what I need more of. They're more at the speed of what I'm used to.
Ball 2.
Oh, wow. How did I miss that? Is that early? I just didn't get the cursor over.
Bullpen.
He's wild today. No reason to rush these. Oh. Really curious where I missed that. I think I went too low. I pretty much dive bombed the cursor on that. I thought my timing was okay. Yeah. Yeah, I went right below it. Gosh. Good pitch. Good pitch. That looked like it had a little break. I thought it might have slid out of the zone there. I'll give him that. That's fine. First pitch of the at-bat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good pitch.
Ball 2 strikes. Ball.
I hear a lot of people say, oh, that's really hard to lay off that 0-2 pitch that's up high. Why? The only reason that should suddenly be hard for you is because you're panicking. Don't panic. Don't lose control of an at-bat. When you're pitching, don't lose control of an at-bat when you're batting. Stay calm all the time. As my dog looks at me. That's one of her key words there. So she knows what's up. As I swing at a slider and fall out of the batter's box.
The third baseman.
But I did so calmly. Look how early that swing. Bad swing. That was one of my worst swings. I'm lucky I didn't make contact with that. That was stupid. Did not get the cursor up there at all. Or maybe that was my worst swing. It's hard to say. Those are so early. The ball isn't even on the screen. Oh, gosh. Poor Candelario. But yeah, find me a better option, though, on this team. It doesn't exist. Whew, yeah, Robles. Nice play again. Music turned off, commentary off here, or else YouTube's going to scold me.
Leading off for Baltimore, the shortstop, Jorge.
Got to treat these games... If you're the Nats, you got to treat these games like they're like La Liga or like Premier League games. Like 2-0. All right, feeling okay, but you also have to treat it like you're like the worst team in that league. And like you know they're going to get their 2 or 3 goals. Oh yeah, auto fielding. I'm like, what is going on? So that was terrible. Like, why didn't the pitcher come over? I tried to switch to him and I forgot we turned on auto fielding. So pitchers needs to cut that ball off. I don't care if you're left-handed or not. That's pitcher's ball. That's way too slow. And again, it might be problems with reaction. Let's see. I mean, somebody should have got to this way faster. Okay, well... I mean, it'd be nice to see an attempt. But let's watch the second baseman's reaction now. Not bad. He's just slow. And again, he's not the world's greatest second baseman. I'm okay with that. Just to give you some context here, who are we looking at second base? Luis Garcia. Yeah, he's, slightly above average defender. So, okay. 98 speed. What can you do? 90 steal, though. You better be throwing over. We had a good catcher arm catching today.
Ball.
Top of the order, too, so...
Safe. Ball. Exercise. Two balls, one strike. Safe. Aye.
Definitely not the location I was looking for, but let's take it. That's more like it. Hey, John, thanks. Yeah, glad to be back.
No, he's in there.
It's considered a balk now in baseball if you throw over twice per pitch, isn't it? I'm not going to tempt fate here, but...
Count full.
Oh, gosh. See, I feel like on manual, I would have gotten to that. So I'm probably going to get better infield play when I'm manual. I would at least maybe knock that down.
Baseman, Adam Frazier.
But, yeah, I mean, hopefully outfield speed's a little better. I just like playing defense, though. Like, I like playing defense in real life more than anything. Like, when I played my slow pitch softball league, like, it's just kind of like it's not really a league. It's just a bunch of people get together every week and play. Like, I will sometimes, if we're short on people, like, all-time defense. Like, I love it. I just like playing defense. This is hard. This whole manual or auto fielding thing. I like playing D.
All one, no strike.
Infield, that is. I like playing infield. It's relaxing. Outfield, it's okay. Hey, I do like the suspense of it. I'm like, I have no idea if that's going to drop. I don't know what's happening. Good job, Victor Robles.
The first baseman, number 6,
Okay, no breaking balls.
No catcher.
That's going to drop. So I do want to look at the reaction speed here. Just gonna getting looks, trying to sort out what's going on with this. It's just as bad, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it back off. So that's all I need to see. I'd rather at least play defense. Yeah, that's really weird. Oh well, we tried. Okay, let's refocus here. Second and third, one out. Santander, which is like a really popular bank in Spain. Probably other places too. We don't really have... I mean, if we walk, we could force the double play. So this is a situation where I will pitch around, but I'm not going to intentionally walk. If he wants to get himself out, great. Looking at our defense, just kind of the idea, like, would we go home? Not unless a base runner makes a really poor base running decision. Because even with the guy back at third, I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it. If it's on the corners, it's got to be hit pretty hard. Just want to get an out. Getting an out in this situation is what we want. Or an intentional walk. Unintentional walk. That's okay, don't mind. Wow, how is that missing? So we're a pitch away from getting a free out, but I will not divert from the plan. If he wants to chase, great. So unfortunately we burned some pitches there, but again, the idea here is to prevent runs. I don't care how long my starter pitches for. It would be nice if you could pitch 5 or 6, but I don't care. Focused on the situation. Now Hayes is a fastball hitter. Of course, that's what my catcher wants to call all the time. Only when he's up, though. So I'll just throw him out of the zone. Playing a shift here. Good pitch. Another good pitch. Two really good changeups. Ooh, geez, not where I wanted that. Breaks. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Damn. Oh man, fastball hitter. Gotta throw him something here though. Or no, we don't. It's 2-2. Let's step off. Make sure the catcher... Let's get on the same page here. Ooh, almost snuck it by him. 56 pitches. That's a lot. So you can be a little riskier if you trust your catcher's blocking. There's nowhere for the base runners to go. So, but now we have to come in. Pretty slow. That took a long time. Double play. That was the slowest developing double play. That was the only ball I threw, I think, on the outside part of the plate. And it seemed to have worked with our awkward silence with all music turned off. But got out of the inning. So let's look at that play, right? Default everything. Default reaction, runner speed, all that stuff. Let's see how this play looks. So he rolled over on it. So, I mean, the ball kind of went where it should. I threw it outside. That's the only outside pitch I think I gave him. 2-hopper. First off, the shortstop backhands that ball, which is, I mean, again, just stupid. And why is it stupid? Because he has to turn his body still 90 degrees. He's not facing forward. He still has to turn. See, he should have it like this. He should field the ball with his shoulders like this and his hips like this. And then, now he just steps and throws. And it didn't matter here, but it could have. This play was pretty close, and then this guy takes forever. I guess it's okay. Make a good throw. But, I mean, look how close that play is. And that's because, I mean, this game's, it's weird. Like, it's a good game. It plays well, and I know it's always in the running, game of the year this, game of the year that, but, like, there is so much not right with this game if you're, like, really, really going to nitpick stuff. And I think we should. Sport gaming is not good, guys. When you look at other games that are out there, like Red Dead Redemption, you know, things like this, like just super popular games. I'm talking like, you know, Oblivion, is that what it's called? The Skyrim games. Even, you know, City Skylines, like games that are selling like multi-million copies. Like those are good games. And what came first? The game was good. It's not just a bunch of people bought it. The game was good first. And this game's good, but it's just sports gaming in general. It can be a little frustrating. So anyway, long and short of it is that animation should not have been that sloppy. That's not going to drop. Not a terrible swing. Kind of terrible.
The second baseman, Luis Garcia.
Hey, we got out of that inning, though, only giving up 1 run. Gotta be happy with that.
Ball 1. Ball 1, no strike.
And he's thrown how many pitches now? 37 through 2 1/3. That's not bad. Way early.
Ball. Damn. That's ball 3.
A lot of balls.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And he should be careful because you have the Alex Call on deck who's hitting .081. Now, 3-1 count or 2-0 count, I narrow my window even more. Especially with nobody on base. Middle. That's all I'm looking for. Again, unless there's something where I'm like, ooh, I can rip this. But it's basically middle. But then keeping true to middle. Not middle high or middle slight high. Middle.
That's ball 2.
Alex Call hit one to the wall last time. Rolled over on that. Oh, I'll take it. Go. Go to at least the 3rd. Oh, no. You took way too long. Well, maybe because he slid? That was weird. I feel like I sent him in plenty of time. I don't mean to keep replaying everything, but I do want to see just what happened there. My guess is that he was still coming up from the slide, maybe. We're lucky there. Rolled over. And that's fair. That's not an easy throw. Oh, yeah, so he slid. I'm okay with that, I guess. But, I mean, I feel like a player should have a little more situational awareness. Would I have made it, though? That's the thing. So let's see. The slide I'm okay with, but, like, pop up and run, I still think he's making it if he pops up and runs. Oh, well. Oh, I just wasn't sure I was high enough on that. I didn't want to pop it up. Yeah, a little too low.
Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike.
Ooh, gosh, that cutter was slow. I don't know why. I think I dove the PCI just because I saw it was what looked like a breaking pitch, even though it was a 93-mile-an-hour cutter. Compared to his fastball, it looked like a breaking pitch. Yeah. Anyway, just glad I didn't make contact with that. So 2-2 count, again, just focusing on me looking fastball, but also don't hit him double play. Uh-oh. Now if he's smart... Okay, wow. So you guys tell me. What's the play there? This is another, again, game of the year. Best gameplay in sports games. These are quotes I see all the time. I call BS. Find me a major league third baseman that does not turn a double play here. An unassisted double play. He is inches from the base. These are both force outs. Instead, he does this. Because you know what? It looks cool. Instead, we get this. He has all the time in the world to step on the base. He could step towards first base. He has so much time. I mean, it's immersion killing. Just like it would be in any other, game you're playing, a first-person shooter, whatever it is. That's completely immersion killing.
That's a ball. Count 1-0.
Hey, it works for us. I guess it makes up for all those bad reactions we get on defense. Middle only here. Middle. That was a curveball. It might have fallen in there. It was not. Lived to see another pitch. Ooh. Thought that was inside. It was a little bit. Ooh. Surprised I missed that. Felt like a good swing.
Leading off for Baltimore, the third baseman, Ramon Urias.
58 pitches here.
0-1's the count. Ball, that's down.
Up next for the Orioles, the catcher, James McCann.
Ball, that pitch is out. Yeah.
Wow. Again, I'll just ask, does your slow pitch softball teammate make that catch in left field? Now, to be fair, I have that slider turned up to 6. That's maybe only the second time I've seen that. But again, I wish there was a little bit of a difference between like a fielding error by an outfielder and like you know what I mean, like a ground ball error by an outfielder versus a fly ball. But still, that's okay. They do happen. I wish it mattered more like it's a day game and there's sun in his eyes. I think that would be really cool.
1-0.
But regardless, there is a runner on second with 1 out, so we know Gunnar Henderson's a good matchup here. We looked at it earlier, so we're just going to go at him. Okay, that's fine. I will trade an out for a non-scoring base every time. Minus maybe the 9th inning when you have a runner on, but or I should say extra innings when you have that extra base runner, but typically that's a fair trade. Okay, a lot of speed here.
Ball 1, no strike.
Is he much of a hitter? It's okay. That speed though.
Ball, that's off the plate. Ball,
Damn.
that's too high.
Do not want to walk him, but don't want to just give in either.
Count.
Good pitch. Good job, Mackenzie Gore. Pitching all right. He's pitching out a little bit of trouble. He was pumped. It's like, we're 6-10, Mackenzie. Relax. So, by the way, this is the guy who hit the 2-run home run, right? Let's take a look here. Again, we talked earlier about ratings, and they don't always mean a ton. He hit that off of a right-handed pitcher who throws 100 miles an hour. He has 38 contact and 38 power versus righty. So, again, it's kind of like when you look at like quarterback play in Madden. It's like, oh, this guy's not good. I'm going to put in my backup. Let me tell you a secret about that. You are not good at quarterback if that's your strategy. And so, I don't know. Victor Robles came through. We made good contact. That's the point. Now, again, that's not bragging. He's hitting 176. That does not happen very often. I have a lot of guys who are not hitting well. So that is not a brag of any sort. But just saying, like, what ultimately matters is how you're playing. And that's going to trump most ratings, at least. The ratings help, but think of them kind of as like as an inflation of what you're, I guess, contributing with the controller. Good pitch. It looked like it was going outside. Okay, taking that.
Ball, that's low.
What better time to maybe drop a bunt on these guys? Nobody out. First baseman's way back. Okay, that's the wrong base, but nice try. Oh, couldn't stay back. So that was a curveball.
Up next for us,
Still swung so early.
designated hitter, Yadiel Hernandez.
Ball, that's out.
58 pitches here. This umpire's got an interesting strike zone. Yeah, way late. Got me that time. Wow. Good pitch sequence.
Up next for Washington, the catcher, Riley Adams.
Oh, gosh.
0-2 is the count.
It's tough to stay back on those. Oh my gosh. I even told myself on that pitch, like, wait even longer than you think you need to wait. And it still swung too early.
Leading off for the Orioles, the center fielder,
74 pitches, so we are at top of the order. It is not a bad time just to start getting our bullpen up. I'm just looking to see what lefty I want to get up and ready here. It's got to be Doolittle, because if we get into trouble and Mountcastle's up, that could help. Otherwise, it's Erasmo Ramirez, who is our double play guy, so it makes sense to get him up. And with 71 stamina, I mean, I'm maybe only looking to get 80 pitches out of him. He's at 75 now. And maybe if he gets through this inning unscathed, we can let him go. But I can't really see a scenario where he's going to be pitching into the 9th. Maybe, but... And I would love to get him through the 5th so he qualifies for the win, but as I said earlier, I don't care. The odds of this game finishes 2-1 are pretty low. Pitching pretty well. Again, not a huge surprise. He's been just really good for us. It's at 80 pitches. He's pitched well enough this year that I will give him a shot. Okay. Interesting throw. Just looking at just kind of the speed of all things here. Base running, fielder reaction. That play looked good. It looked fine. Let's see here. What do we want to do? Lefty. If we walk Mountcastle and bring in a righty, but I hate to walk somebody with Santander on deck. So I don't want to do that. This is a tough call. But if I walk, what is Ramirez's home runs per 9? That's not great. What's his confidence at? Pretty high. Might give him one more batter here. And if we walk him, so be it.
0-1. Nope, that's a ball.
Ooh.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Still hitting 95. Oh, that's an unfortunate. 44 speed. He's going to easily score with a bad throw. Yeah, and I was cognizant that I might be leaving him in a little bit too long, but that wasn't a bad at-bat for Mackenzie Gore. Guy just put the bat on the ball. Okay, so now if we walk Santander, we can go to Hayes, which I think is what we're going to be doing here. Yep.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Washington, number 61, Erasmo Ramirez.
First and second, one out.
At the ball. Nope. Cool, that's inside. Hey. Ball four, that pitch is in.
That's not what we wanted.
Now batting, third baseman, Ramon Urias.
Not good speed. Good player on the road.
One ball, one strike. Ball two.
I'm going to wave this off, and we are going to go to the sinker here. Oh boy. Okay, so I waved my catcher off. Apparently not the best decision. That's why I like Legend, though. I mean, you can pay for stuff. It wasn't even a bad pitch. He just smoked it. Man. Hey, what's up, Bullet? Well, let's see here. Let's not panic. Let's think about what we want to do here. McCann's not a bad matchup, so let's try to get the out.
Ball. 1-1. Ball, that's dished out. Hey.
Big strike out there.
Counts 1-0.
Ah, not a good inning.
Up next, the Warriors.
Hey, thanks, Brian. Brian's asking, where can I donate? There's a few places that all goes to the same spot, but probably the easiest one is in the Operation Sports slider thread for my sliders. There is a donate link. If that doesn't work, let me know. It was working earlier. And thank you so much. That's super, super nice. It's just fun to have everybody here and see a lot of familiar faces and some other familiar faces that I know aren't able to be here right now, but we're planning to. So, yeah, just it's been a lot of fun for sure. What has not been as fun is this game right now, but it's okay. We are not going to win a World Series. Like, I need to remind myself that. This is a pretty bad inning. It's getting away from us a little bit here. And really, it came down a little bit. I'm not putting it all on Mackenzie Gore, but a lot of it came down to his pitch count getting pretty high pretty quickly. But nonetheless, we talked earlier about our bullpen being really sharp, and they have not been today.
Ball 3.
Come on, Ramirez. Get it together. Ooh, that's a good pitch. Brian, Brian, you're 100% right. He says, Super Mega Baseball is an arcade game. It's funny how you compare the two games. 100% agree, and I 100% felt the same way. And I don't like games like that. I don't play like NFL Blitz. I don't, like when I was younger, I remember like NBA Jam. I was just talking to my wife about this, how popular NBA Jam was when it came out. Like we went to one of those little in San Diego, right down from Petco Park. There's like one of those like vintage arcades or whatever. And we were in there playing, and NBA Jam was there. And I was like, oh wow, I forgot. Like this game was so popular when it came out, like both in the arcade and then when it came out on like whatever it was, Genesis or something. But anyway, I usually don't like games like that. Is the point of that? But I got Super Mega Baseball. I got it free through EA Play, and I was like, all right. I've had some people who have reached out to me on this channel, just people who I know are like really into baseball, and they're like, hey, that game is really good though. You should try it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So like it was one night, like whatever. I was just sitting around and fired it up, and I'm like, this game's fun as hell. And not only that, it's super realistic. Like it doesn't look it. I get it. It's very arcadey. But like all the cliches you hear of like you fall in love with your team, you fall in love with like the players' personalities, it's so true. Like I love Super Mega Baseball, and I cannot wait until they announce number 4, which it sounds like is going to be coming out. It is awesome, and guys, I promise this isn't a promo or anything. Give it a shot, especially if you can get it for free or like pretty cheap. It's so good. It's so good. The fielding is so much better. I think the pitching is so much better. I love the way that their sliders are called Ego in that game, and like you just adjust 4 things. There's pitching, fielding, base running, and hitting, and that's it. You just adjust the Ego of each of those, like 0 to 100, and like just one little notch can make the game like so much more challenging or so much more easier. And it's really cool. Like when you settle in, like I've read some things of like every win you get up the difficulty a notch, and every loss you get lower it or something, and you end up just kind of settling. Like I settled like hitting around like 55, and then like base running was like 60 or so. Anyway, it's a great game is the point of it. So yeah, Brian, you're right. It is super arcadey, but I do compare the games because like that game does a lot of stuff better than the show, and like the show's beautiful as you're seeing here. It's obviously more realistic with like all the visuals you're getting and the swing animations and stuff like that. And Super Mega Baseball is not trying to do that. But this game, and I'm sure they've looked at it, they've played it, but there are some elements from that game that they 100% should take. Even the off season's fun, and it's super simple. It's so simplified, but it's really interesting. It's really fun. Yeah, Brian, it should be on PS4. I had it on PS5, and I don't know if it is just a PS4 game. I'm not sure. I think it's on PC. It's awesome. Like, again, I promise you guys, if you're into it, I can't promise that it won't be a little confusing. Like, I haven't really played it since the show came out because it's obviously tough to play 2 baseball games. I love it. I cannot speak more highly. It is, like, legitimately one of my favorite, certainly baseball games. Probably, it's up there. But it's one of my favorite sport games. It's awesome. It's definitely my favorite arcadey sport game. Absolutely love it. Oh, let's see. What do we want to do here? I mean, everyone's pretty well rested. We don't need to... We get an off day again in a couple days, so we can kind of pitch who we want. There's no reason to waste Doolittle, so we could just go to Banda here. Yeah, that's probably going to be good. He can just kind of stay loose. Well, bummer. 6-2. All right, let's go. 1 run at a time.
1-0.
Thought about, yeah, if we had runners on base, I might have taken a hack at that. Tried to put it over the wall. Candelario's got a good eye, though, so if I can get on base, I'll take it.
That's ball 2.
And when I say good eye, he's a good discipline. He'll get some calls like that, although I think that's not quite related, but it will push balls a little further out of the zone. Yeah, good pitch, good pitch. That's fine. I'm not looking there. No problem being patient with a good disciplined guy who's leading off the inning. Just fouled that away. Just basically threw the bat at it. That was early. Wow.
3-2.
Ooh, yeah, great pitch. That's hard to lay off. That was right over the middle. It just died. But it was ball 4. Should be on base. Good pitch. Tip of the cap. Really, really good pitch. Ooh, didn't quite. It's going to drop. All right, we'll take it. The second hit like that. Got a little jammed. It's tough to move the cursor in time, and this guy's throwing 99 to 101. No reason to really worry about stealing here. Need base runners.
Nope. That's inside.
I didn't trust him not to just hit that right at the first baseman. No reason to risk it. Would have been out anyway. Middle, middle.
Be safe.
If it's a closer game, I might put a little hit and run on here, but base runners are our friend here. That might drop. Might drop. That's foul ball. Take it though. No, it's not middle, middle. Come on. Way early, because that's the cutter. Hey, by the way, that's 2 fastballs in a row, right? So got the breaking pitch, but had to defend there. So again, that's it. That's probably the only time I'll try that at bat. It's all about situations. Oh gosh, that changeup's killing me. Obviously a good pitch when you can throw 100 to throw an 86-mile-an-hour changeup.
Ball 1. Ball 1, no strike.
Might drop. Might drop. Oh. It's just not our day. Brian, I'm happy to talk, just not when I'm hitting. So yeah, I'm seeing your comment now. Yeah, definitely still a Tigers fan. I mean, casually kind of watching him this year, it's just so bad. Avila just wrecked this team. That dude is so bad. Like, people don't talk about it enough. I mean, maybe because I don't live in the Detroit area anymore. But like, there's an argument to be made that Avila did as much damage to the Tigers as Matt Millen did to the Lions.
Number 50, Anthony.
And it takes a lot longer to rebuild a baseball team. And I don't know. He's not good. He's never really a huge fan. Like, not that he was anti-analytics, but like somebody who's even like remotely anti-analytical has no business in a Major League Baseball front office. And the fact that he ran that team for so long, it's it's complete ignorance by the Ilitch family, and they had obviously some stuff going on, like Mr. Ilitch died. I don't know. Again, it doesn't matter. It's just, they're not very good.
3 balls, 1 strike.
So when I watch them, it's more about like watching, certain players, Torkelson and things like that. But I haven't watched in a few days. We've had a lot going on here at home. Wife's switching jobs right now. It's just that stuff, right? Like it's your routine. Even though it's all good news, like it's all good things coming her way. But like it's just everything in your house just kind of is like everything's just kind of different schedules and things like that. So it's just been a lot kind of getting her situated there. So. And yeah, I am in California. I'm in San Diego. Yeah, watching Riley Green for sure. Yeah, I'll always love Michigan. I miss my teams and stuff. But like most of my friends have left. My family don't even live in the Detroit. They live in like northern Michigan. My parents, at least. I'm gonna go to Comerica Park this year though. My wife's never been, so that's something. Man, oh man. Next time we go to Michigan, probably this summer, we're gonna catch a Tiger game. I haven't been in a while. I haven't been since, I think, opening day is 16. It's the last Tiger game I went to. And Brian, I don't work in the video game world. I've done some just like unofficial stuff. I mentioned earlier I've done beta testing for Out of the Park Baseball, which is on version 24 now, and I started with Out of the Park 8, I think. I've been playing it since Out of the Park 3. Yeah, but that's probably the most direct stuff. I mean, I've helped out other really, really smaller things. I've done some help stuff with like Grey Dog Studios when they had like their college football game. Met a lot of the folks who make 2K when I was writing for Operation Sports. They're great people. Obviously a great game, and most of them are still there. So again, just kind of a testament to like how they're kind of running things, and just really, really good people. Good people making just as good of a game. I should say great people making as great of a game. What do we have going on here? First and second. This is like the first pitch I've even like paid attention to here. Man, and there's the bad reaction speed. This is looking like a Tiger game. Okay, well, that's why we have our long reliever in right now. It's okay.
Now batting, right fielder, Anthony Santander.
Inside, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. Hey, 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Brian, what part of the U.S. are assuming U.S.? That's a huge assumption, I guess. Where are you from? Is what I was trying to say. My brain was playing tricks on me there because I'm looking at this guy's name, Santander. I mentioned earlier. It's like a really popular bank in Spain. So my mind was wandering. Oof, that's some good wood on that. What in the hell? Like, what is going on with this game and its defense? Ah, see, there you go, Brian. Foot in mouth. Foot in mouth. No, Brian, I don't work for San Diego Studios. I've reached out to them. I've offered my services. I don't charge anything. I'm not looking to make any money. I'm just looking to make their game a little bit better. Like, what happened on, like, this is like the episode about just this game's defense not being, it's just not, like, and again, I don't know, I had the slider up to 6. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it's my own fault. I can own it. But you'd think, like, I just want to see more I guess we are. I guess we're seeing more errors. But the funny thing is they probably didn't even score that an error. No, they did. Oh my gosh, what is actually happening here? I mean, it's just... Still have nobody out.
All one.
8-2. Well, I said we were like one game better than in real life. I guess this kind of brings it back to reality a little bit more. It's a terrible pitch. It's not where I wanted. My dog shakes it off. Doesn't like it.
That's ball 2.
That's a good pitch.
2-2 the count. Three kill.
You know, with the errors, though, when I was adjusting the errors, and we can check after this game, someone remind me, please, I was still at the top of, like, fielding percentage. And some of that's, like, the game doesn't quite score errors properly. Not all the time, and most of the time it does. But there's, like, 10% of the time or so they misscore it, and they'll score it as a hit. But we can look, even with the 2 today, I'm probably still one of the better defensive teams, so I don't regret increasing those. And like I said, I can own that. Maybe that's my own doing. But, I mean, I don't want to play games where I have no errors every single game. So, come on, center fielder. Get to that ball, dude. Like, why is he stopping? You are the center fielder. That's just nuts to me. Yeah, Brian, do the A's. Build a new stadium. That's something I kind of wish I had done, but I just didn't have time to get the stadium together. Like, the center fielder's standing there. Again, like, if I'm coaching high school, I'm screaming at this kid. This is Major League Baseball. Like, I mean, could he have gotten to this ball? This is crazy to me. Okay, reaction was okay. I mean, yeah, the left fielder was closer, but like... oh my god. Oh, what a... I don't know. I don't know what to say. Other than this game's pretty bad. Not the game. This actual Baltimore Orioles Nationals game is pretty bad. Oh, wow. Brian, interesting. The other Brian G, is saying that the Nationals actually dropped... The same guy dropped 3 balls. Interesting. All right. Well, that's cool. Makes me feel a little bit better. I'm embarrassed that I literally made the assumption that our friend here from Montreal, I was like, oh, you're probably American watching baseball. When is Montreal getting a team back? Keep hearing all this talk. My wife's originally from Salt Lake City, so of course we're hearing all the buzz about like, ooh, they might put an expansion team in Salt Lake. But I don't know. I mean, that'd be cool. I think it'd be really cool to have a team kind of similar to like Colorado with the elevation and things like that. But and for my own selfish reasons, it'd just be cool. Like my wife's family still lives in Salt Lake, and they're sport fans. And ooh, I thought that was the base runner running off first there as my first baseman. 11-2. Like this is, I don't really know. Like he has no confidence, but like, can you seriously not get anyone out, dude?
Ball. Counts 1-0.
Can you just get a double play?
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Speaking of, bad performances, I'm thinking like, I don't know, maybe Bonda needs to go down to the minors. This game still won't demote players unless it's like the end of the month, I think they do like sort of like a scrub, like an evaluation. Where they won't promote or demote players based on performance. It's all due to injury. And I won't say 100% all, because like I said, at the end of the month, they will kind of bump some guys around, but it's just not enough. So again, those are the little things. Like the fact that my center fielder won't get to this ball because he hesitated. There's so many things that, again, it's not a bad game. This is a really good sports game. I wouldn't play it. It is not your sports game of the year. It's just not. It never has been, in my opinion. I will absolutely entertain the argument that it has some of the best on-field play, but I also can't look past so much of this like goofiness we see. Not to mention the franchise mode it's this bad. Even the new scouting is not good. And I've talked about all this stuff a million times. I don't want to rehash it, but if you're curious, definitely ask me and we can chat. And again, I'm not trying to bash it. I want to make it better. This will be his last batter. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. It's tough to play when you have fielders who can't get to balls. Wow. Honda is he's just brutal right now. It's only the 6th inning. We still have 3 innings to pitch to these guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now
it's totally wasteful that our long reliever can't even do anything. We're just going to end up chewing up our bullpen anyway. Harvey's been terrible this year, so he's basically another long reliever. But I don't think he has enough stamina to go 3 innings for us. Yeah, it's a bummer baseball's not continuing in Montreal, or the love for it, I guess. Well, get out of the inning. There we go. Just need the pitching change. Wow, yeah. Hockey's always going to obviously be the sport in Canada for sure, it seems. BFF says, I like classic pitching and auto fielding, more ratings based, hopefully, versus human input. I agree. Like, I don't disagree with that at all. And I get asked that a lot of like, well, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just use auto this, or use classic pitching and that kind of thing? And the answer is really simple for me, because it's a video game and I do want to play it. And it's not that I don't want a simulation. It's just when I want that experience, I play out of the park baseball, which is far and away a better baseball simulator. You want to talk about best games I've ever played. Out of the park baseball might be it, and I can recognize that Football Manager is a more complete game, but I just grew up loving baseball. I didn't grow up in a country that plays a lot of soccer, and so for me, I can recognize Football Manager is amazing, and I wish we had like an American football version of that. It'd be super cool. But anyway, out of the park baseball is great if you haven't played that. I would actually recommend that even over Super Mega Baseball, which I've talked a lot about. But again, that's if you're like a big sim head, like you're really into stats, realism, like the role of a general manager or an actual manager. You of course don't really play that game. You simulate with it, but it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's the most realistic experience you'll get. Again, outside of Football Manager. New pitcher here. Let's see what we got here, which by the way, we can also go adjust this. This is gonna be the world's longest game. So we can put that up. Okay. And what do we got here? Dean Kremer. He throws much slower. It's going to be a huge adjustment. A lot of fastballs. So we got some time here. I'll give him that pitch for sure. We've had some decent swings. I didn't get the cursor over in time there.
Now batting, right fielder.
Yeah, auto draft's probably a good call with this game. Again, I know they've like touted the scouting has been redone, but it's just I still don't think it's fun. It's totally tedious. It's not fun. It's boring. It's way too easy. That's a good call. The auto drafting. I mean, like you're kind of. I mean, even in this, I kind of play more the role of like a manager than a general manager. Regression seems ridiculous. Again, says BFF squad. Yeah, man, I don't know. Yeah, again, like I'm not trying to hate. Like I don't like to build a channel around that. Like I'm not clickbaity. I don't care about any of that crap. Like, but like I don't get the hype. I really don't. And when I say hype, I truly mean hype. Like I get it's a good game. It's fun. That's why I play it. But like the hype, I guess it's from Diamond Dynasty. I guess that's all it can really be. It's the second time he's been hit today. They know he's our best player.
Center fielder, number 16, Victor Robles.
Yeah, Brian, I agree with you on most of that stuff, but again, the new scouting's not really all that great. If that's what they spent all year on, it's a clear insight into how much they care about franchise because it's just not even that good. It's kind of on par with like how Madden did the big scouting update. Like they're just, yeah, I guess they're new, but they're just not impressive.
0-1's the count.
These cutters have so much movement. Yep, this one. Get me on that low changeup today. Yeah, NCAA baseball is super cool. I agree, Brian.
Designated hitter.
NCAA football come back. People are going to be super disappointed in it. That's not even an original take. It's just we all know it's true. Oh, come on. It's like I just want to get back to the hotel. It feels very real in that way. It's like these players just want to, we just want to go home. Chased a little bit there, but I kind of felt like I could get a pretty decent swing on that. So good contact hitter too. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Out of the Park's not on console yet. Yeah, so BFF Squad brings up a good question or a comment. He says, Mike, I honestly have zero interest in Diamond Dynasty. Me playing versus others online with teams full of 99 rating guys. That's not fun for me. 100% agree. And so a couple things about that. I think playing people online is a lot of fun. Like I play in a Madden league. It's a lot of fun. I loved Diamond Dynasty the first year it came out. And it was with fictional players. Just like you built a fictional team, you got fictional players. And I loved it for some of the reasons I talked about loving Super Mega Baseball, and that like you get to know these players, and like it's just so fun. And you could go into the market and it's like I gotta find like a left-handed bat that's got some power, but he's just a pinch hitter. I don't care about his fielding. And you just kind of scroll through and you could create filters, and then you'd find them. Like somebody has that card, and like not every card is 99, and they're really expensive if they were. And so you'd be finding like actual role players. Like you might find a guy here like Riley Adams, who's like, oh, he's a really good defensive catcher. He can't hit worth a damn, but I need him in like the 8th and 9th inning as a defensive sub. And you'd find him and you'd be like, okay, cool. He's like 5,000 subs. I'm gonna get him. And so I loved that. I love that. And the fact now that you can like build your own stadium, like if I wish they would bring back fictional, or at least give us the option to just play only fictional, but they won't because it's not the money grab that the card trading modes have turned into. So, and it makes sense. That cutters get me every time. People are going to be upset with NCAA just because it's not going to live up to their expectations. We've waited 10 years for the game, and there's just no way. There's no way it's going to be good enough for people's expectations. It's just... And it's EA Sports. Those are two perfectly valid reasons, in my opinion. And that's coming from someone who does like Madden. I think their franchise mode still sucks. Trying to play it in an online league sucks even worse. But it's still more fun because it's just more competitive, at least. Oof, couldn't get up there. Damn cutter. Oof. It's hard to keep focus when you're losing by 9 runs. Yeah, Bacon's fictional rosters is super cool. Yeah, it's fun. But again, imagine doing that like in a Diamond Dynasty environment where like you find just that perfect card where it's like, oh wow, this right fielder's got like a 95 throwing arm. Like this is so cool. And like someone's selling him, and there's only one. There's only one of that player. There's not 17. Or like you're playing and it's like eventually Diamond Dynasty, everyone's got the exact same lineup. It's ridiculous. I truly don't understand why that's fun. Like to me, they had a great setup, and I wouldn't say they ruined it. I mean, the idea is, they're business guys, they're making money. That's the idea, and it's smart. They should do that. Like I'm not even mad about it. I'm just bummed. I just missed that mode. I wish they would have just left that as an option. Like, filter, like, I only play against people who have fictional rosters or whatever. Like, just give us that option. I don't want to take Diamond Dynasty away from the, millions of people or whatever who play it.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Yeah, anyway. You guys are getting lots of rants today. I mean, I'm losing 11-2. Oh, wow, the shortstop got to ball. He fielded it. He almost threw it into the dugout.
Now batting, the right fielder, Anthony.
Yeah, and Brian, saying they had to settle in court first. Yeah. Certainly, that's part of it. That's the reason the game went away, ultimately. But, still no excuse. That still doesn't give me any hope that the game's going to suddenly be good. If anything, that's just more evidence that it's not going to be that good. We're all going to buy it. I don't mean to say it's going to be terrible. Like, we're all going to buy it. We're going to play it. But we're also going to go on Operation Sports and Twitter, and we're going to bitch about it. Like, that's the reality. We all know it. No matter how optimistic you want to get. We're going to compare it to Madden. There's going to be people who swear it's better. There's going to be people who swear it's worse. It's going to be loaded with mutt, whatever they're going to call it, NCAA nut, I guess. I don't know. We all know what it's going to be. Like, and I'm guilty of it too. Like, I can sit there and be like, wow, college football is going to come out. I can't wait. We're like a year away. Oh man. we're just in for like a world of hurt. I really don't. I don't know. I don't really want to put another pitcher in. It's pointless. Hey, we made contact with the circle change. But, oh yeah, I'll tell you guys something in a second. They delayed the game. I think someone just put that in the chat. Yeah, they pushed it a year back, right? So Brian, what Brian just wrote, this is exactly the argument that I've been using with people who've been asking me about college football. He says, the game could be perfect, or I'm sorry, above this. Well, they pushed a year to summer 2024 to make sure it's done right, but we will see, haha. And that last part I think is really the truth. We will see, haha. Because, yeah, they pushed it back. Now, keep in mind, we're all excited for the game to come out this year. We would have all still bought the game. Even Electronic Arts has recognized now. EA Sports themselves has said, yeah, we're not ready. I know you're trying to give us money. Millions, if not billions of dollars. But we're not ready. We're going to delay you giving us more money by a year. If that doesn't tell you that that game's just not going to be good, I don't know what else can. And I'm trying to stay optimistic about it, but like I look at the evidence of Electronic Sports, or I'm sorry, EA Sports. Like they told us this with Madden. There's been all these updates to franchise. They're coming. Oh, they've been delayed. We finally get them, and like everyone's pissed about them. Like we're disappointed. It's nothing like we expected, and it's not even that they were terrible updates. But it just didn't live up to the expectations. And anyway, that's what college is going to be. It's just, that's what it's going to be. Oh, wow. I almost hit a changeup fair. We are winning 2-0. Come on, let's get some runs. Like, let's make this like 11-5 or something. Come on. Yeah, I had to protect there. That was way too close. Oh, that's nice.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, DJ Abrams.
I'm glad the grass kicks up. I know everyone is really excited about the grass kicking up, but maybe if the fielders could react a little more realistically, I'd be more excited. Ah, good pitch. Went way below it. I thought that was that changeup. That might be gone. Hey, look, they got a bad jump. It's over his head. Maybe? Yay. Took away a triple, though. This is third hit today. 2 singles and a double. Got a few bright spots on this team. Even that, like, that animation is so stupid. Have you ever seen an outfielder do that? Like, other than that Jim Edmonds highlight that he actually caught. But, like, have you ever seen an outfielder dive like that? Again, like, if that happened in your slow pitch softball league, you'd all look at each other and be like, whoa, what's bro doing out in right field? Like, that's bad. Nice pitch. Was I late on that? Yeah, and way below it. Oh, why did I swing? That was like borderline. I tried to check my swing. I think that would have been a ball. That was super crazy. Oh, yeah, that was a strike. It wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, I just tried to foul that off at the last second. Oh, man, it's a rough game. I always lose when I stream, though. Oh my gosh.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Why throw anything else? I mean, come on. Go for 3. So it's just tough to lay off, and they're in the zone. So, I mean, Oof. Ooh, that was close.
Now batting, first baseman, Joey.
Come on, let's get something going.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, I just missed that. But I did miss it. Oof, man, 14 hits. This might be the roughest pitching game I've had.
Leading off for the Orioles, the left fielder, Austin.
Yeah, Brian's saying we'll find stuff to complain about, sock colors and so on. Totally agree. And yeah, maybe, yeah, Brian, it could have been because they didn't get the rights. Sure, I mean that makes perfect sense. That's like one of those rumors that could absolutely be true. Yeah, commenting about the weird jump in a right field. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get through this. The Orioles want to go back to their hotel. Actually, hell, this game... Oh, no, I guess maybe. They're not that far away, right? Do you need a hotel if you're the Baltimore Orioles here? They probably do, but...
Two, count. Count full. Ball inside.
There you go. Get in front of the ball. Don't run at it. Unless it's a dire situation, like play at the plate kind of thing. Then yes, charge the ball. Every millisecond counts in that situation. 23rd pitch. Just going to let him pitch. Still a lot of fans. Some loyal fans here in DC. DC is a fun town. It's not a bad place. Anybody been to DC, visited, lived there, anything like that? Part of my wife's master's program, she did like a little externship for, I think it was like 3 or 4 months in DC. It's like the one time we had to do the long distance thing for a little bit when she was finishing up. But it was fun. I like going out there. It was a fun city. Some good restaurants.
0-1's the count.
Dog's staring at me. She wants this game to be wrapped up. So do I. So do I, Cabby.
No, inside. Ball, that's out.
Some of the escalators in DC, like to get onto the subway, they're just wild. They're like the largest escalators I've ever seen in my life. I mean, they're kind of scary. Like you're so high when you get onto it. It's like, what in the hell? I've never seen something like this. Oh my gosh, that's not a good at bat, guys.
Center fielder, number 16.
About an hour or two apart. Okay, but still, they have to go back every day. But I guess that's how it goes. I've seen some people hit from outfield view. That's really wild. Like I know Brian Mazik does that. He's a 2K guy, writer for Forbes. I know he hits. That's just crazy. It's so cool because it looks so real. Hitting from the outfield view. I know it's weird. I just love the view. Been doing it since show 15. Left on left is very difficult. Oh yeah, sure. BFFs is from Weirton, West Virginia. My work is technically based in West Virginia. I don't want to name the name. I don't want to. Obviously, Mike Lowe's not my real name, so but it is a company that is based. I've never been there ever, but they are based there. 45 minutes from Pittsburgh. All right, cool. Oh, very cool, Brian. So you grew up in DC. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was interesting to go out to the bars and stuff there because, I mean, obviously it's like a very, I don't mean politically like oh, it's a very opinionated one way or the other. I mean, like it's a political city. Like there are politicians everywhere. So it was like weird to go to the bars where like San Diego's super chill. Like one of the things I was told when we first moved here is like you can go to a restaurant and you will have people who are like dressed in like a suit. And you have someone who's like in with like sand all over their feet in a bathing suit. Same restaurant, doesn't matter. Like you can wear whatever. You can wear sweatpants. I mean, like whatever. Like the dress code, it's so like it's so vast. Like you can get away with just, I mean, not everywhere, but like you can pretty much go into like a typical restaurant. Like you'll see people dressed all like tourists in their shorts when it's like 60 degrees and stuff. And we point and laugh at them. And then, just people can wear whatever. In DC though, it was like very buttoned up. Like I remember just going out and like just like a t-shirt or something, and I'm like, whoa, everyone's got like sweater vests and button-up shirts and that's cool. But I'm like, it's like 8:30 at night. Like, what's everybody doing? So it was interesting little spot. But I did like it. Everyone was super nice. And yeah, I like Nats Park. It's fun, whatever they call it. I don't even know what it's called. Yeah, Nationals Park. I guess it says up there on the top. I'm not paying attention. So much more focused earlier. Man, keeps getting me on that high inside. Mr. Robles wants another 2-run home run. This is 38 power. 38 contact. How bored must this pitcher be? 51 pitches, like he's just so bored right now. I thought that was going to break out. I just tried to foul it off.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Yeah, Brian, for sure. He's saying you can be at a bar and recognize a congressman or something. Yep. Yeah, thanks, BFF. Yeah, it's been fun. I like the live stuff. It's fun. I just don't have a ton of time to do it. Yeah, I unfortunately don't work in video games. I don't even know if I would want to, honestly. I don't know. It's like I don't want to see how the sausage is made. Not all of it. This is what I do away from work, And I like my job. I truly do like what I do. It's fun. I wouldn't do it for free. I always say that. I mean, I tell people I work with. I wouldn't do it for free. But I do like being here. I like the people. It's not very stressful, luckily. I mean, some days. Definitely get those days, but not too bad. Oh, come on. Get through. I didn't square it up enough, though. That's okay. Oh, man. All right, well, I do like how quiet the crowd is. I mean, it seems realistic. I'm trying to remember the food at Nationals Park. I don't remember. I remember they had a Shake Shack, and that's pretty cool. I like Shake Shack. I still probably like and I can admit I'm sure it's a regional bias I have. I still like In-N-Out Burger, but I will say In-N-Out Burger is not even my favorite burger here out west. I like a lot of just like the no-name places. And not even no-name, but like there's like we have Hodad's here in San Diego, which is like kind of a staple. They have it at Petco. That's really good. It's filling. Like I only go there if like someone's in town and they want to go somewhere just different. Like I never am just like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Hodad's to get a burger. Like it's so dense. Like it's like hard to eat. Like if friend's in town and we go golfing for 4 hours and we're absolutely exhausted, like that's when you go to Hodad's. Like you're 2:30 lunch and you're starving, that kind of thing. But I do like In-N-Out Burger. I get it, their fries aren't super great, but I also don't mind the fries. They're fine. And I like Shake Shack. I've only had it twice though, so I'm not like an aficionado. I can't even give a ton of feedback on it. I still like Carl's Jr. I know people are probably gonna laugh because that's like a hit or miss for people, but like I think Carl's Jr. is better than In-N-Out, which again I'm gonna get downvoted and laughed by so many people, but I'm just being honest. I'm also just not like a big fast food person, so it's like, don't take my word for it. If I'm gonna get a burger, I'd rather go like get a good like burger from like a restaurant or something.
One ball, one strike.
Or hell, give me like a spicy chicken sandwich with pickle.
One ball, two strikes.
My dog is just staring at me from the other side of the room. She has no idea who I'm talking to. She knows the sun is setting and is like, why in the F have we not gone on a you-know-what again? I can't even say it because she'll start going crazy. We're gonna.
Full count.
You just gotta cool it. You gotta cool it for a few minutes. I know, you got a rough life. Oh, come on, get that ball. Oh, this team. They stress me out. This is where my stress comes from. Is most people play video games to like relieve stress. My stress comes from video games. How ridiculous is that? And actually, there's probably some of that's true. Like, truly, how ridiculous is that?
Nope.
This is stressful. Baltimore, if you steal a base, I swear to God, I'll hit the next player in the head with a ball. And we will see you tomorrow. Like, I wish there was drama in this, throwing over on a 3-2 count. Like, there never will be. They're not going. There's no cat and mouse game in this game, and there could be. Again, you know who does base running better than the show? Super Mega Baseball 3. It's hard to steal bases. Oh, look out. Jamer Candelario, bat 9th, hitting 138 or whatever the hell he's hitting.
Leading up for the Nationals, the catcher, Royally.
This guy's going to get a save. All right, let's pull off the comeback of all comebacks. Turn the phone off. I'll check comments at the end. Let's see what we can do here. Got a tired pitcher. That damn cutter.
That's ball two. Two balls.
Not a good swing. Wow. Wow. Where was I going there?
Now batting, third baseman.
Oh, I was close. He's hitting 136. Even worse than I was joking about. I think I said 138. I mean, should that be a hit? No. That 100% should not be a hit. Like, this game's... It's like...
Now batting,
worse than it's been when the game came out.
CJ.
And I know like they added some updates, which is probably smart because like people were using like players out of position in Diamond Dynasty and stuff like that. So I like that they're kind of punishing that, but like quit ruining franchise mode with it. This is ridiculous. There's no sun. That's not a ball that's in the lights. Like, are you serious? Like, could you imagine if there was like, this was a playoff game and there were runners on base? Like, this guy would be like run out of town. That ball is, I mean, that's like, that's not even up to the press box. And sure, you can say, well, he doesn't want the ball to get behind him, and you know, sure, I guess that. I mean, that is the smart play when he gets himself into that predicament. But like, what is so hard? Like, you can watch this live and you can see where this ball is going. Like, this is not a hard read at all. And like, even if he hesitated, like, don't take the step back. That's fine. Anyway, the fielding's bad in this game. It's not bad. It's not good. Let's say it. Let's say that. The fielding is not good. Safe. That's safe. No way. No way. Can I challenge that? There's no way. Can you not challenge? I've never even tried in this game. That was clearly... That's annoying. You can't challenge. That he was off the base. Let's see. I could have swore he was off the base here. Why do I zoom in on this stupid thing? Maybe. That's close, I guess.
Steal!
Uncontested throw, so it's not a steal. The game thinks it is. It will not count it. It used to a few years ago. Thank God they fixed that. Hey, we're going to score another run. The crowd goes wild. All because their right fielder can't field. So some pitcher is going to make a little bit less money next year.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Orioles, number 43, Brian Baker.
Oh, good. We broke up the save. Brian Baker comes on. What's this guy got? Nothing too special. Throws hard. Basically a fastball and a changeup, though. Supposed to steal there. He didn't steal. We'll try again here. Okay, uncontested. No need to slide and get yourself hurt. Like, why would you slide? You can clearly see that no one's covering the base. Man, we almost had 2 home runs today. Almost doesn't count. Well, that's the game. I do want to tell you just again, I appreciate you all subscribing to the channel. If you haven't done so, do so. Always talking sports gaming here. I'm on Twitter at MikeLowe47. The sliders that you're seeing here, legendary sliders, they are tough. This is a tough game. A lot of errors. We have a lot of hits. We had a couple really crooked innings. But anyway, the sliders, legendary difficulty, they are up on Operation Sports. And again, thank you. I had a couple donations here come in today. Super appreciate that. Not just for the sliders, but just kind of just promotional stuff for sports gaming world and community and all that fun stuff. So again, thank you. Thank you very much for that. And just appreciate everyone being here. I did say we wanted to check out sliders, or I should say the errors at the end. So real quick, just kind of looking here. We had 5 walks pitching, so got us into some trouble. And we only got 2 ourselves, struck out 14 times. Yeah, I mean, just, not a good team. Not a pretty game. 2 errors. Gore pitched well until he didn't. Ramirez finally got hit for the first time. Banda, just not great. Harvey brought his ERA down, which that's nice to see. He actually pitched pretty well in relief. Let's see if there's anything here to take away. Even in some of these blowout games, you can find some interesting things. So they threw 66% strikes. That's not bad. First pitch, they're a little high, but I mean, he's a good pitcher. Even though he was wild, he did throw a lot of first pitches for strikes. 62% for us, 47 first pitch. So again, if you're looking for a recipe to kind of get you into trouble, a lot of pitches too low in the zone there. You can see I was probably getting a little too predictable. Keeping the ball down, I mean, don't be afraid to pitch up in the zone. I apparently was today. You can see there on the graphic. Batting analysis, let's see. We had 20% foul balls. That's a little high, but not the end of the world. They had 18. That's a little... I'm sorry. 18, they had 16. We had 20. So foul ball's not bad. Just a tick high, but again, that happens. Not every game needs to be the same. And then pitches that were swung on. This is very important. 40% swung and missed. Still way too high. Way too high. A lot of those are to me just missing those changeups. Major League Baseball is creeping more towards that 30% range. It has been around like low 20s for a long time. It goes up every year. So, and that's kind of where they're at right there, 25. That's pretty good for them. We are high again. That's more to do with me. So like that's not a slider issue or anything. That's just me swinging way too early at changeups and things like that. Real quick, I will check to see just errors, because we saw a couple of that game, and I do have that turned up. We saw some kind of goofy play. Maybe errors are impacting fielding, but I would be surprised. It never has. They haven't changed these sliders, and I mean, I don't think ever. I'm just going to save this real quick. But I do want to take just a quick look at that with you and see, and then let me know too, anything you're seeing in your franchise. I know a lot of you are responding on Operation Sports, but you can post here too. I actually will see the comments on YouTube first. I don't always check Operation Sports every single day or anything like that. So we've already simulated all the games, so we don't even need to advance, but let's just look at statistics, team rankings, and we can go over to errors or even fielding percentage. We'll look at both. So errors, so again, we're still 5th. And like, it's, you know what I mean? That's why I've increased it. Like our defense is not good, but like we don't make errors. And so, fielding percentage, same thing, 6th. We're 99% still, even after those 2 errors. I mean, just to double check, I'll advance the day. Turn off that annoying person talking, which by the way, you can press R3 and it'll skip the stupid guy giving the updates that are loud and annoying. So I don't think, these should have already been counted, but I'm just due diligence here. Whoops. Did we pass it? Where is it? So errors, 6 and 99%. So yeah, that's a little crazy. So, but anyway, that's the last thing I wanted to check, guys. I appreciate everyone being here. Again, thanks so much. I'm Mike Lowe on Twitter, I should say, at Mike Lowe 47. Of course, you know about the channel here. I'm also on Twitch. I don't use it a lot. I only use it to like stream my Madden games, which I have to stream for the league I'm in. But if you're curious to see that, it's got a pretty fun team going on there. There's no analysis. I'm not talking. It's literally just gameplay. But if you want to check it out, it's under the same name, Mike Lowe 47. But that's it, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. I will see you next time.